Hey everyone, I was going through my collection today and I wondered if I had enough Capcom fighting games to do a feature on them. I guess this means yes. So let's start on the right side. We start with the Street Fighter series. This is Street Fighter Collection 1 and it has 3 games. Super Street Fighter 2, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo and Street Fighter Alpha 2 Dash. I never really got the numbering of the Street Fighter series. I know that after 2 you had the Alpha series and the EX series is the 3D version, but with the Plus and Alpha etc. I kinda got lost. Then you have Street Fighter Collection 2. This is a white label version, so not full cover. Finding full cover versions of these games can be quite tough. Not just expensive, not always expensive actually, but finding them is mostly the problem. On this collection, by the way, you have, let's see, Street Fighter 2 Championship Edition and Street Fighter 2 Hyper Fighter. Then the Street Fighter Alpha series. This was the first one, and as you can see it doesn't have a black border, so this is one of the early PlayStation releases. Street Fighter Alpha Warrior's Dream. Then you have Street Fighter Alpha 2. Also quite early, since no black border. This was actually the last game I needed to complete the Street Fighter set, and I got this last week from our forum member Narcotics. He picked this up in Australia for me. And the last one in the Alpha series is Alpha 3. And you see Akuma and Ryu on the front. Or at least, no, that's not Akuma. Then you have the EX series, and the first one is EX Plus Alpha. And this is the 3D series. And then you have EX2 Plus, and again a white label version because I haven't found a good version yet. Oh, this is actually upside down. Need to fix that. Then the X-Men game. This is an arcade port, and this is quite a popular game, quite expensive as well. Not easy to find, and it seems to be one of the best fighting games on the PS1, but not my favorite. And which one is my favorite you'll see in a bit. Then we have Rival Schools, also a game you don't see too often. This is a fighter which takes place in a high school. 2-disc game. Next up is Capcom vs SNK Pro Millennium Fight 2000. This actually got a sequel on the PS2, Capcom vs SNK, then something in 2001. I'm gonna skip this one because I'm gonna keep that for last. So let's go on with Pocket Fighter. This is a strange mix of Capcom characters, mostly Street Fighter I think, in baby form. Don't know if you can see that when I bring it up this close. No, you can't. If you want to see a video on that, check it out on YouTube. It looks really special. The Darkstalkers series. This is Darkstalkers Part 1. The Night Warriors. There's actually no Darkstalkers 2 on the European PS1. So we got Part 1 and we got Part 3. No Part 2 for us. And this is Part 3. Then you have the Marvel series. Capcom had a license for Marvel. Most famous of this series is of course Marvel vs. Capcom 2 and the one that got released this year, Marvel vs. Capcom 3. But it all started with Marvel Superheroes. And then there were some mashups. The first one was Marvel Superheroes vs. Street Fighter. And then the most rare one of the bunch was Marvel X-Men vs. Street Fighter. This one is definitely hardest to find. If you ever see this game, be sure to pick it up. It's not just a cool fighter, it's also quite rare. and quite expensive. And the first one in the famous series, Marvel vs. Capcom Clash of the Superheroes. This one is also quite rare, but the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is actually most rare, because Capcom lost the Marvel license at some point, so that only got a quite limited print run. And then last but not least, my favorite Capcom fighting game. I'm not gonna let you wait any longer. Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. This is based on a Japanese anime, and the fighting is so over the top. You fight with warriors, and they have some kind of avatar, or what do they call it? They're shades or something. I'm not sure anymore. It's quite a while since I've played this, but the game's amazing. It's really fun fighter. Moves are over the top, and if you can find this one, because it's quite hard to find, be sure to pick it up, because it's worth your while. So that was it for my Capcom fighting games. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the channel and the forum. Goodbye.